METHOD Lab.
Welcome, everybody, to the Method Lab, to the METHOD Lab.
What up,
For
man?
you guys can see, we're working on the hue.
For Larry.
We got L joining us today.
The other L.
The other L. That's weird how that shit,
Yeah.
I've called L since shit. I was in high school.
Right.
And now it's you.
We have the other L.
It was like, damn it, but
Which L?
saying Eleazar is not as cool as just saying L.
For sure.
Yeah. Join us on Messenger. I'm about to hop on with you guys.
Jump in. Make sure you guys share the link. Tell a friend it's going down right now.
Yes. Oh, shit. Let me turn this
It's
down.
funny, man. It was funny because, believe it or not, while I'm by myself, fun fact about Eleazar, when I'm in my car, man, right? And I'm supposed to do these voice exercises for my throat because I actually had some scar tissue when I had cervical fusion done.
Okay.
So, because I am a voiceover guy and a radio host and whatnot, I usually have to clear my throat a lot, and then I have the scar tissue.
Okay.
So my vocal coach tells me, Eleazar, while you're by yourself, or anytime you can, do your vocal warm-ups before you get on the microphone.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Do you have to do like unique New York?
There's a lot of weird stuff that you're supposed to do for like plosives and all that stuff and sibilants.
Okay.
But for vocal range, to stretch your vocal cords, you're supposed to do this long drawn out E. Okay. But you're supposed to do it in one breath and take it from the lowest of E to the highest of E that you can in one breath.
Okay.
Right? And I'm in the car doing it loud as shit. I keep thinking where I'm right now. So I'm in the car, man, just going in. And one day it was funny because I just started like doing it really obnoxiously rude, loud. And I had my windows down. And this lady just looks at me, and I'm like, I'm working on my voice. It's just funny, but definitely, because it's funny when, like right now, we're doing internet radio or the stuff for the show, and I'm just being normal, right?
Yeah.
But when I have to do radio, it's a completely different voice. It's a different inflection, you know.
That always intrigued me. The voice
voice guy.
The voice guy. Yeah. It's like I always was told that I got a decent voice, but I fucking hate listening to myself. Like now I'm getting used to it because I hear myself in my ear, but put me on a fucking voicemail.
And
the
it's
other
like,
day,
Jesus Christ.
They gave me the option. It's been a while since I had to leave a voicemail, so they gave me an option to listen back to my voicemail. And I fucking hit yes. Oh my god, I was so annoyed. I was like, I fucking hate my voice,
dude. I'm gonna do that because so on Monday here in the studio, we're getting a whole new phone line system, a new internet, and a whole 9 yards. Yeah. And I'm like, wow, we're actually gonna have a landline. You know what I mean? Instead of our Bluetooth system. And so anyway. So now I have to do you're calling. You know what I mean? So I'm going to have to do the voicemail for it. It's going to be funny. It's going to be hilarious, actually.
Yeah. But, we're going to use that for in here?
Yeah, yes.
So there's going to be the traveling number now?
It's gonna still be, what do you call it? Into the phone line system. Okay. But our number that we use, the 502 number, 502-9447, will still remain the station number.
Okay.
But if we're out and about and we're taking, on the road with the boombox, we can still forward that number with that phone.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. So we've used that number for 13 years now.
So pretty much we're going to get a pretty cool phone to just hang on the wall.
Basically. But we're going to be able to answer that call.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We're going to be able to actually answer the phone. It's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be weird. Like, what do you want?
Yeah.
But, you know what, though? We might not. Because it can't Bluetooth into the board. You know what I mean? And I'm so used to it Bluetoothing into the board, it just makes sense. You know what I mean? So it's like,
you're not going to have a phone jack in the back.
Right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hang it on the wall back there by all the electrical boxes. Just leave it there.
Get one of them red phones.
It's a bat phone.
In case of emergencies.
Pull cord.
Dial 1 first.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy, man. But other than that, man, it's we got a lot of stuff brewing.
Yes, we
You
do.
know, we got the reggaeton event this weekend. Noche de
we've been
Reggaeton,
talking about
Hangueo.
it. We got the Hangueo here at Plaza Almil at 3600.
Yeah.
And that's going to be dope. All the guys are excited. We're definitely actively working on getting the building where it needs to be.
Yeah, definitely.
You know.
Lots of stuff moving and grooving, man.
Yeah.
There's just so much going on. There's only so much we can do in a day. So, yeah.
And even after that, you feel like you could have done more.
Yeah, you get to the urgency. It's like, man, I should have stayed longer and did this. But yeah, I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we're gonna hang some lights. We're gonna set up the stage. So make sure you guys, if you guys are in town, if you guys have something to do or want to get something to do on Saturday night, come join us. Come join us. We're definitely gonna be getting content. Everybody's gonna have a good time. BYOB.
Yes.
You know, I think it's 20 to get in.
It's 20 to get in, I think, and then it's like I said, it's because it's BYOB. You get to bring all your own booze. You ain't gonna buy nothing. You can get drunk at your own table.
Come hang out, dance.
Yeah, come have a good time, man.
Have a good time. We're gonna have El's being modest, but he will be behind the ones and twos. And
I'm so geeked for this weekend, man.
I'm geeked is for you to set up that fucking equipment and for you to get that itch.
Yeah, dude, listen.
Like, for you to get a reggaeton itch, you better hit record, bro, because I want to copy that shit.
Listen, this is what I'm saying. Listen, okay? From the Sunday Blazer days till now, like, don't get me, we've been doing reggaeton forever, right?
Yeah.
But, like, I got goosebumps now. Look, you can see it. Because I want to do some old school reggaeton so bad. And I'm just going to hit record but when we do it. But I'm going to put some new stuff in there.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, you guys want to do what?
Yeah.
You say reggaeton?
That's funny because we did talk about you doing a reggaeton mix prior to that.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, oh, shit. Oh, okay.
So I'm like, yeah, man. So I think what's going to happen is we're going to do this event. And then in the next couple of days after that, I'm going to start planning this new CD mix I want to do.
Nice.
It's going to be a great thing for the start of summer. Like it's going to be a good reggaeton perreo. Like, you know what I mean? Some classic like dembow bass lines. And it's going to be crazy. I already know what I want to do with it. So you'll get a sample this weekend. So if you come this weekend, you're going to just get a teaser.
Yes, teaser.
Yes. You're going to get a teaser of what's going to happen, man.
That shit dope. I look forward to that.
Yeah. Plus, we got some great artists that are going to perform. We got Jay Naughty. We got
Aragon.
I
know this guy. I call him El Peruano.
Yeah, the host.
Daniel.
The host.
And then
because he's hosting,
host
right?
Too. No, Danny actually is. He's providing another two guys for the act. I have the flyer should be coming out soon.
Gotcha.
I don't know exactly what those two guys named, but they were here practicing the other day, and they're pretty talented.
Okay, good.
They got a more of a like a trap vibe to them, like look wise, but their music still has that bounce to it. It's not too gangsta trap.
Gotcha.
So they still talk about love and shit like that. So I'm excited to see what we got, man.
Gotcha.
It's gonna be a good.
It's gonna be wild, man. And the sound system I'm about to set up out there, it's gonna be more than enough for this facility.
Even if you don't show up, if you're on the block, you might still listen.
Yeah. Then be like, man, I can hear it all the way over here.
Yeah.
So, Hector, if you're upstairs and you're listening, be prepared.
Right. All the tenants at 3600.
Your shit's gonna rattle off the walls.
Oh yeah.
So it's gonna be wild.
Man, it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, it's gonna be very eventful.
Yes,
I should say.
And then I think that's gonna be the flow of the summer for us. Eventful.
Yeah.
Because once that fucking boombox gets up and running.
Oh my God! Listen, man.
Wherever we fucking go, we know we're gonna make some noise.
Yeah. I'm telling you guys right now, this is my headache right now, right? But I love it. We're doing a new boombox. It's Boombox 2.0. If you haven't seen the first one, I'm pretty sure you have though, because it's been everywhere. Especially like Mexican Fiesta and Summerfest grounds and that type of stuff. It's a big radio boombox trailer that you can watch while we're DJing from inside of it. Well, we have now taken it to a big box truck concept. So, and we're working on it right now. It's in the process, and it'll be done by the end of the month. We're going to be everywhere with it. So look for it. It's going to be a huge mobile boombox, and it's just going to be wild, man, because you're going to hear us coming. Trust me, you're going to hear it coming.
Shit, I remember when we did that political event before the winter.
Yeah.
And they heard us coming.
Yeah.
We're driving downtown and all you just echoing through the buildings just.
And that system was even, I mean, it was a good system, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it's going to be it's going to be 10 times louder. We're going 2 double 18s, 2 double 15s, and a horn setup, plus TVs and you know the whole 9 yards. So it's going to be our mobile broadcast and DJ unit.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be crazy.
We're gonna travel. Yeah. We told you guys, we're gonna take this shit on the road.
Yeah.
And go everywhere. Man. But outside of that, next week, Saturday and Sunday, we have the pop-up shop again with Jakari, the 3600 pop-up. So that's gonna be another eventful for all you guys that aren't traveling down to where is everybody going? Arizona?
They're going down. It's Milwaukee to AZ.
Milwaukee to AZ. That's the official name for the event.
Yes.
Oh, nice. So what's the basis on that? Like I don't know.
Dude, I've heard about
it, but I really don't know.
Okay, so these promoters.
Okay.
They get these ideas that it's, you know what, let's take a lot of the Milwaukee people and go invade these other areas and just go have a good time.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So that's the premise behind going to another city, because they did like Milwaukee to Dallas. They've done Milwaukee to Atlanta. They've done Milwaukee to Florida. You know, they've done all of these already. So they just decided, you know what, let's do Arizona. You know what I mean? So what they do is, a few of the promoters from here, they go down to Arizona and they scout out other venues that they can get into. And then they say, hey, we're going to go set these stages up and go have, you know, other talent go perform and then have Milwaukee come out and support, you know. So that's basically what it is. They're just they're Milwaukee parties in that facility type ordeal.
Caravans.
So, but one of our own, Core DJ LA from the Morning Wake Your Ass Up show, it's actually his birthday weekend.
Yeah.
And they're actually doing a smoke and paint party. You know how they do the paint and sip? Yeah. Well, over there, because
it's legal?
Weed's legal.
Oh, man.
They're doing smoke and paint.
Nice.
You know? So they're doing that over there. And what do you call it? Burnham's actually performing at one of the car shows down there with them, and OG's going down to DJ with that same event. So our actual, our whole crew's going to be there, except us. We're not going to be there. I got other shit I got going on. I really wanted to go down, but I'm like, you know what? I got to focus on this boombox. But we'll be there in spirit. These guys are going to go down there and represent for the station.
That's what's up.
But if you guys are in the Arizona area, make sure you look for it.
Yes.
Look for all the events. There's so much going on, and it's going to be from Phoenix to like Scottsdale area. There's a whole lot of stuff going on, and then obviously you got a lot of the promoters from Milwaukee doing all these off events. There's a lot of other events going on. Just look on social media, Milwaukee to Arizona, and you'll see the flyers.
That's dope.
Fire in the streets gonna be down there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Shooting it down.
Yeah, Fire in the Streets is gonna be which is OG show from Hitting Hard. It's his new show. He's on the Hitting Hard side. They're gonna be down there just taking a lot of B-roll and a lot of stuff from down there.
What's his schedule for that?
On Hitting Hard, Fire in the Streets is on from 5 to 8.
5 to 8
on the Hitting Hard radio side. So if you guys go to the 102.5 page, which is the website. If you go to the website, everything is there, man. Let me tell you. You go to 1025mke.com, okay? And all the tabs across the top, you've got obviously the Hitting Hard is it's there. You click it, and that's everything dirty. Yeah. Absolutely everything dirty. So the Method Lab is actually going to air on that tab as well in this time frame. Okay? But on the main part of it, from 11 a.m. until approximately 4, the window at 102 side will be what we got going on here in the studio, right? But on the Hitting Hard side, it's all dirty, unedited, in your face, 24/7. OG Gotti is over there doing a live show from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday. Okay. And then on the Al Mil tab, so check it out. It's crazy because we got blue, yellow, and red. Okay. The blue is the radio station, clean, simple. Yellow is caution, dirty, crazy.
Say some crazy shit.
Right. And the Latin is all red. Think about it that way, right? So we're going to go to Al Mil tab, and that's the Latin side of it. So you got Latin regional, you've got tropical, some bachata, a little bit of Latin trap, a little bit of everything, right? So we've set it up to be the landing page for everything you want to watch and listen to, right? So we are radio you can watch. So if you go there, any one of those pages, you're going to be able to watch your flavor. Meaning, I want to watch some Latin videos, go to Al Mil. You want to watch some dirty hip hop videos, you go to Hitting Hard. You want to watch some clean stuff and you're at the office, 102. You know what I mean? So we've curated it so it's a one-stop shop for everything. And we're going to be putting more programming in as time goes on.
Yep.
Putting more people and more shows and more, more stuff is coming. More content is coming for you guys. So there's so much going on, man.
That's just the tip of the iceberg.
Just a little. Just a
bit.
little. Un ching ching.
Yes.
That's what I like to call it.
If you guys got any questions, want to call, text 414-502-9447. We got OG, actually. He can explain a little bit more once he comes back.
Yeah, he's coming back. He's coming back. But
he's going to be joining us here for the next hour. I really want to talk some topics with him because, man, he has the fucking craziest stories ever.
Man, listen, dude, I'm very happy with the team that we have in place for all platforms. We have a great team. Everybody gets along. We all agree to disagree on a lot of shit, but it's meant to be that way because in that way we see each other's views and opinions and we get to talk about it. And we're cool about it. You know what I mean? We get into other topics and shit that other people don't want to talk about, but that's the reason why we do it is because we need to talk about some of this stuff. You know what I mean? We need to open the door and get the dialogue going because there's other outlets that want to push an agenda on you. And we're not here to push an agenda. No. We're here to open the floor. You know what I mean? And there's not a lot of outlets that are willing to do that. And shit, other than that, and we love music. Granted, Facebook, and the royalty rights and all the crap with Facebook and even YouTube is starting to come down on us now. So it's like, geez, where does anybody really get to show their ass, I guess you could say. Like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, man, we're here. We want to do this or we want to do that. And they're like, no, you cannot.
You cannot.
You know what I mean? So if you guys ever watch these shows and we always get flagged for some odd reason.
Because we show a lot of cool shit.
Yeah. Just go to the site, man. Go, and the site will never shut down. That's the beauty of it. Is if you're watching it at the site, you're going to watch it straight through and it's never going to glitch out. You're never going to see a thing where we buffered out and they're like, well, what happened to them? You know what I mean? So, we want you to engage. You know what I'm saying? Go to the site and make sure you like the site. Make sure you like all the damn tabs.
Put it on your home screen.
And we want you guys, listen, man, and we have all the stuff with us. You know what I mean? You've got, like tonight, Thursday night, it's Frecuencia Al Mil, where it's brought to you by Al Mil Records. You know what I mean? And Al Mil in general. And that show is strictly Latin. You know what I mean? It's Spanglish, but it's in your face. It's giving you cutting edge information on what's going on with Al Mil, what's going on with our locals and our independent talent in the area. And then it's funny with Cheleando en Vivo, which is the two guys that come on and they're toasting and telling jokes. And, the camaraderie is great. It's the essence of what we love to do. Right? But we're opening up the doors to our listener.
We're like a fucking social club.
It's crazy,
people
bro.
People come in, male or female, and they're like, oh, shit, all right, cool, fuck, let me take my shoes off for a couple hours.
Right. And you know what? That's dope. We want you to kick back and relax. We want you to enjoy what you're watching and what you're listening to. We want you to engage. That's why we give you the phone number on the screen. We want you guys to interact with us. And people do.
Hey, Gio. Yeah, you're right, because we ain't had a guest yet that left on time.
Hell yeah.
Right, they stay over. If you think about it, fam, this was funny. This was really funny. When we first started doing the morning show, we would have guests come on, and they'd be like, well, fuck it, stay for the method lab. Their 40-minute interview was supposed to be 40 minutes. It ended up to be 5 hours.
5 hours just.
You know?
You guys want to go get lunch?
Right. And that's how that's happened. It has happened that way. Yeah. So, man, yeah, shouts out to Larry, man. Larry, get better.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Are you logged in, Larry?
Yeah, he probably is. I'm not looking at the screen. You don't have the chat window up there. You got the other window up. But
cool. TJ's gonna come through. Eladio said his shit's gay.
Yeah, Lario's always
that's
gay.
the most fucking beautiful thing he could write on anything.
Right. When he says that, it means he likes it.
That's like him going out in public and saying, "Bro,
this
congratulations,
is awesome.
man. I'm all with you. I know you, Eladio. I know
old
you."
school. When he said that, he mean happy.
Yeah. Lario's fucking hilarious, man. That's my guy. But yeah, he's funny, man. He's funny as fuck. He's one of those dudes that if you don't understand Lario, you'll never understand it. You have to kind of be around him long enough to understand that he is the asshole you're gonna like.
Yeah. Right.
He's one of those guys.
When you need revenge, you send revenge.
Yeah, but you know what's funny, bro? And I get it now, because even his brothers are the same way.
Are they?
But they all have that same kind of weird, like, dry humor.
Yeah.
But it's still fucking funny in some points. His brother is steady in Facebook jail, bro.
Yeah.
And it makes me laugh. I'm like, oh my God, that's fucking Lario. Yeah. That's where he gets it from.
Because he doesn't know he was adopted from Pittsburgh. He's a fucking steel mill baby. Oh, shit.
Yeah, man, but
he fucking was born.
It's funny, man.
That's funny.
But shouts out to everybody tuning in, man. We love you guys.
Yes.
Hit the share button one time for us, please.
Yes, call, text 414-502-9447.
Yeah.
Like El said, 1025mke.com.
Yes.
And man, so much going on.
Yeah,
not only
man.
here, but just in the world, you know. The weather's warming up. Fucking people are starting to plow through buildings again. Like
dumb shit.
Did you see that shit yesterday? Like within the span of the business day,
yeah,
there was at least 3-4 cars that ended up inside buildings and
drive through
and everywhere. There was one over there closer to you in Oak Creek.
Yeah,
went right through over there on 13th and Putes, I think it was.
Yeah,
went right into the building. I was like, wow,
people are ridiculous, man. Not paying attention, dumb shit. Did you see that shit with the dude that jumped into the elephant thing at the zoo?
No.
Motherfucker,
really?
Yeah. A guy jumped over the fence thing to try to get in, and he couldn't get into the second area where the elephants actually were.
Okay.
But he jumped into the elephant pen.
Wow.
And they had to get him out of there. And they didn't even arrest the guy. They gave him a trespassing ticket.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Fuck that.
I'm like,
They
wow.
threw his ass in the gorilla pit.
Something let him get his ass beat. But I'm like, really? I hate to say it. Fucking white privilege. I hate to say it.
Fucking Gunther. Get
Bro,
the fuck out of the elephant pit.
Right, dude, if it would have been anything else, if it would have been a black dude or a Hispanic dude, we would have been in jail.
In jail
or in
or
a
in
squad
the psych
car.
ward.
Yeah.
Psych ward, solid month.
Yep.
Beam him up, Scotty. Beam him up.
Gotti's here. Let me go get the door for Gotti.
All right, cool.
Yeah. But that would have been the exact same thing. Is to be like, yo, hey,
Yeah.
lock him up.
Exactly. Do something.
Yeah.
Shit.
Lock him
Fucking
up.
trespassing bill. That's some bullshit. Yeah. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think about these crazy ass drivers? It's not only that, it's fucking bad that there's fucking potholes and fucking missing sidewalks and fucking these fucking streets out here are horrible. And man, what are your thoughts on fucking shitty ass drivers? You know, I myself, like I was actually driving with Jesus Barbosa, which is one of the segments that we do for Almil over the weekend. And I'm usually, when I have somebody in the car with me, I'm a cautious driver because, you know, just you don't want to be that asshole that just fucking speeds through everything, you know. But I myself, when I was younger, was a fucking reckless driver. Not reckless driver because I've always known how to drive, but I was a speedster. I like putting pedal to the metal. But now, as I get older, I kind of enjoy my time in the car. So as far as need for speed isn't really there anymore. But you know, now it doesn't fucking matter what age group you're in. You know, fucking people don't know how to drive. Period. You can have fucking grandma fucking knock over a tree, end up with the car on his fucking bumper, or you can have fucking the 13-year-old freshy brand new driver that fucking plows through stop signs and red lights. You know, I saw this video. I think it was last night. There was an accident on Capitol. Obviously, that's not news, but fucking it was like 7 cars. 7 fucking cars, different brand new cars, trap cars, just a nice array of just fucked up ass vehicles everywhere. It's like, fuck.
Stolies.
Yeah, right? Yeah. It's like, fuck.
It's crazy how many. I'm the new Larry, just
yeah.
in case y'all was wondering who is that guy? You know what I'm saying? But it's tripped out to me how many stolies you really see on the road, like regular ass cars, and you know them by the no plates and the baseline. Yeah. They coming like that, you like, oh, let me get out. I'll get out their way because they don't care nothing about tearing shit up. It ain't theirs. Right. They'll run right into you.
Hell yeah.
No insurance. I always say if you ain't got no insurance, I might have to do it to you. You can't pay me yours. I might have to do it to you, man. I might have to beat you down. You know? Can't have you owing me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Straight up.
We go to court, and then you're like, well, I filed bankruptcy, and I ain't got nothing anyway.
Right.
Yeah. It's fucked up, man. It's you know, shit.
You better not never get nothing, because can't they get any settlements or win the lottery?
Well, it's
taxes. Or
pretty
something?
much they'll probably keep that in tab. And be, oh shit, you owe.
Yeah,
we're gonna garnish this, and the government's gonna get 80%, and we're gonna pay off 20% right. to where it's supposed to go.
Right. I was gonna say the government loves garnishing shit. They don't care.
Yeah.
They like what?
Oh, processing fee. I was like, don't worry, we got it. We don't need you to No. You don't get it. We're just stating the fact that there is a processing fee. Right. We weren't asking for your opinion.
Right.
We have a processing fee.
Right. Now look, they got more. There's been an updated story about the former NFL player. Philip Adams.
The one that, there was actually 2 former NFL players that ended up, the one that did the mass shooting killed like 5 people.
Yeah.
And I think there was another one where dude killed his kids or killed some family members. I don't know. I don't think it's the same story. It was 2 separate things. I think one played for, what was it? I think one played for New England. But like back like in like maybe late 90s. Yeah. Not really a popular name. And I think the other one guy was
I'm thinking Ray Caruth. Remember Ray Caruth killed his pregnant girlfriend and hid in the car? That man hid in the car.
This guy, what did this guy, was it the one that did did he kill his family?
It was it seems like it was the doctor, the doctor's wife, and their grandchildren. Doctor's grandchildren. So he killed somebody else's family.
Oh shit!
And
for what reason?
And that's what we get into, because they saying that this doctor also treated him. Oh. So shit. I don't know if he
for CTE or is it CTE? Brain injury.
Let me see what he treated him for, because this, the story just broke like 4 hours ago.
Oh, okay.
And this is updated.
Okay.
Yeah, this is updated, because the other one was just like gave the victims, and they didn't have nothing yet. So we get into it. Let me see. He shot 6 people at the first home, leaving 5 dead and 1 seriously injured. So he shot a guy too. This Robert Leslie was the doctor. Barbara was his wife, and their grandchildren. James, 2 grandchildren. They didn't name them here. They named them in another story. And James Lewis. So I guess there was okay. I'm trying to get to if they give us any more. Okay. Investigators believe the suspect was the only assailant and are trying to figure out what led to the shooting. So we don't know.
To be determined.
Right. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because it's so fresh. Okay, here it goes. The authorities were called around 4:45 p.m. To a home just south of Rock Hill in a city of about 73,000 people on the other side of the state line from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Shit, we
Oh,
got a
got
call. Let's see. Welcome to the Method Lab. Who we talking to? Hello.
Yo, what it do?
What up?
What it do, yo? How y'all living?
How we doing?
right.
How we doing? Who we talking
Man,
with?
DJ Davey D, man. I'm watching the show, but the sound keeps coming in and out, man. I just want to tell y'all, because I don't know if you see my text or whatnot. So
Okay.
just want to let y'all know the audio keeps going in and out. So I'm only catching half the story.
Okay.
Now, I didn't know. Now, I didn't know if they made a party from Milwaukee to Uranus yet, but we're trying to get there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit. I'm sure some people have taken that trip.
Just dropping a little love on y'all, man. I'm going to continue watching because I'm at work right now, but just wanted to let you know the audio is in and out.
I appreciate you, man. We'll look into that. Thanks for the call.
All right, be smooth, bro.
Later.
All right. Yeah, they giving a lot of background to the doctor.
Yeah.
And now I'm trying to see what he had been treating him for, because they said he had been treating him. He knew the
That
sheriff
would suck if it
spokesman.
was like a fucking pediatrist, like was treating him for like a hangnail or some shit.
Right. Now look, they say he's been practicing since 1981. And the
shit.
sheriff spokesman, remember, this ain't a big town. The sheriff spokesman knew the doctor and was his doctor growing up. So you got a whole bunch of people mad.
Mad as fuck.
Yeah, they mad around there in the South. You know what I'm saying? Once upon a time, get the noose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Get the noose. But like I say, I can't, in this particular story that I'm reading, it doesn't get to what he was treating him for, but I'm gonna look around for it as we going on.
Man, it would have to be something pretty major where he didn't get the results that he wanted.
Right.
Some sort of like, brain injury, or maybe he told him he had cancer, or told him he had, like that, for him to snap and target this doctor, or maybe this doctor put him to sleep for a procedure, woke up and he was doing something that he shouldn't have been doing,
Right.
and told him, "Hey, motherfucker, wait till I heal."
I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to be the one to say it.
Like there's
that
something
is
like
weird, bro.
We live in a fucking weird ass world.
We
OG.
do.
Like the shit that people, obviously we all have different life experiences, so our way to react and interact are completely different, even if we're similar,
Right.
But like there's some fucking weird ass motherfuckers out there.
Yeah.
That are just into like shit. Well, 2 days ago we were having a discussion about how like there's a lot of women pedophiles out there.
Yeah.
And not necessarily just in this area, but in life.
Right.
And everybody's age group. There's just like the roles are reversed now, where it's frowned upon for an older man to be with a younger person.
Right.
Back then it was the opposite.
Right.
It was the cool thing to be the young kid with Miss Debbie down the block or whoever.
Right.
Like that. Like we sugarcoat shit so much for ourselves.
Yep.
We Men in Black ourselves with the fucking little flashlight.
Right.
We seem to like to forget the fact that we've been weird as fuck since the get go.
Right.
Like there's been people that eat people that fucking drink blood, people that do this and people that do that. There's people that like to get pissed on. There's people that like to drink piss.
Right.
Larry showed a video a few weeks ago about hygiene in the Middle Ages, where they did everything with piss, from brushing their teeth to washing their clothes
I saw that.
It's why are we so surprised? Like
that's how they got it real white.
Yeah,
was the pee. You know what I'm saying?
And shit.
Yeah. Like, wow, really? And you're right. It's been weird, and just like you say when we was talking about the women pedophiles, which is something that nobody talk about because it's kind of viewed as cool.
Yeah,
and and like I was as we were talking, and I'm standing there, and I'm thinking back through my childhood, like, God damn, man, you've been damaged. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've been, and you thought it was normal.
Yeah.
You thought it was normal, but it was also younger girls, because I asked the question when the R. Kelly shit broke, because, everybody was going on, and he ain't even, anyways. I said, well, how many of y'all mothers was younger than y'all fathers? Nobody touched it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
it's taboo.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Not
saying?
my mama.
Right. And some of these girls know they was chasing the older guys, especially in the 90s. They wanted the drug dealers to do. Remember, these dudes had Cadillacs and riding through. They wanted that. I was one of the guys, you know what I'm saying? Where younger girls have always chased older guys. But of course, you ain't supposed to do that. But they've been chasing them. And it's just like, I come from a situation where my mom was a teenage mom. You got all these teenage moms. How old are the dads? My dad was 19. You know what I'm saying? So technically.
Same here. My dad was 18. My mom was 14, 15.
See?
And they're coming from different countries.
Right,
where
right.
that's, oh shit, you're old. You should have been married at 12.
Right.
Exactly. My grandma was married at fucking 13, 14, to my grandfather, and he was in his shit 20s, mid 20s.
See, and that's how it was done.
That was what the culture was.
Yes.
That's what was in play.
Right. And then they put age limits on in America. Everything.
And not in all America though.
Right.
There's still states that you can go down south or in the Midwest where you can marry at 12. All you need is a parent's signature.
I think they said the age of consent in Georgia is 15. You know what I'm saying? Now you figure the South would be like that. You know what I'm saying? Because of how they get down and
old habits die hard.
Right. I'm like, damn, 15.
Especially when those habits kill back.
Right. So in order, if the age of consent is 15 in Georgia, in order to be a pedophile, how old does the kid have to be?
True.
You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is going to do? It got to be a baby or something, and then it's like, oh no, that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Because 15, I'm thinking of a 15-year-old me. I was a kid all the way. You know what I mean? I was venturing into other shit because 16 was a whirlwind. But if you still a kid at 16, though, you don't know shit.
It's just you're a product of your environment,
right?
And your experience. That's when the change. Like once that same with me. I was a kid up until my parents split up. Right. Then obviously we went through shit prior to that, but then that's when like, oh shit, shit goes sideways sometimes. You gotta deal with other circumstances and different scenarios.
Right.
And it's just fuck, man.
Yeah. It's like you say, it's a lot of weird shit going on. It's weird. People is weird, and to me, it's like people are so hypocritical. And it kills me how someone can have. I'm gonna give you an example. Wendy fucking Williams. I cannot stand her for the simple fact she drugged Bobby and Whitney through the mud while going through the same shit in her personal life. That's how do people listen to her? That's bullshit. And to me, I feel like I can't listen to shit she's saying until she issue an apology to Whitney's family and shit because you was on cocaine, your husband was cheating on you, having babies and all kind of shit. But you talking about that's why they be so focused. That reminds me of these bigots. Why they be so focused on what everyone's else doing. Look
they're
at that.
doing the same shit.
Right.
It keeps the limelight off of them.
Right. A woman would tell you, listen, if your man yell at you, she would tell another woman, if your man yell at you, you need to leave. The whole time her man been beating her for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Her for 20 years. And she's so adamant about you leaving because she wish she had the strength.
Had the courage to get out of there.
You know what I'm saying? And so you got the people that's giving out some of this
and
info.
The fucked up part is some people like that. Like as much as they say they don't, they do. They almost enjoy it. Because it gives them a priority, Because what was it, about months ago when we had Marilyn come in with her book signing? You guys had her on your show as well, and she spoke on her experience and her perspective and the negative aspect of it.
Right.
But some people feel that is their burden to bear for that relationship.
Wow.
Like they're so fucking twisted. in the head or so got it so right where it works out for them that's just part of something that they're okay with it.
Yeah, it's supposed to happen.
And then it's like for every yin there's a yang, you know.
Right.
And for every flavor someone's gonna like it. You know, I personally don't like black licorice, but some motherfuckers will go to fucking Ben and Jerry's and ask for black licorice.
Right.
You know.
It's like right. Yeah.
It's like you that's why, like El was saying earlier, as far as the dynamic of the station is, you know, we all have our own perspective, but we're not forcing our our flavor in the other somebody like, no, you're gonna like this shit.
Right.
Like, if you like it, you like it, bro. Whatever. Just you know, I'm cool with it.
Right.
You know,
and that's what they do to me on Facebook. It's like if I make an opinion, someone will come on, or if I may be saying something that I personally experienced.
Yeah.
And I'll get, nah, bro. Like, you know, it's like this. And I'm like, how's you gonna tell me, man? You know what I mean? You don't know what I went through. And they see stuff, a lot of people only see stuff from their point of view. It's like, okay, I get a whole lot of, well, I ain't never heard of that. Shit. I tell them, hey, they could fill a library full of shit you ain't heard of. They did. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of them. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of shit you ain't heard of.
You still got to return books from like third grade last time you were at the library.
Right. So don't give me that one. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of shit. Oh, I ain't heard of that, or I ain't never seen it. Like, it just ain't then.
And,
you know?
and the people that get me, the motherfuckers that get me are the ones that are self-taught. You know, like, oh, I listen to J. Cole, so that's what I'm. No, motherfucker. I was like, I can say I can get in that range because I speak to people like you. I speak to Larry. Larry's like a fucking, like an 8-ball. Like, what's going on?
Right.
Oh shit, Larry's spitting some fucking, you know, some knowledge. You know, listening to Burnham's perspective, listening to Sair and the shit that he says. You know, and L and like that's how you sharpen steel. That's how you can really be like, no. I listen to this shit. If you want to categorize me, I'm okay with it because that's my vibe. I can go to that range. But motherfuckers that like, just because I listen to his mixtape and I can recite it doesn't make you wise. It doesn't make you that, you know, to be able to fucking, obviously everybody has their opinion. You know, you ain't gonna change that shit. Everybody has their opinion, but motherfuckers need to be realistic on how they stand behind what they think. You know, because you can't just be like, you know, well, this is my stance because this is how I feel. But when motherfuckers say, okay, well, like my guy TJ, you know, he'll be like, okay, perfectly fine. Why do you feel that way? Care to explain? Let's have this conversation. And that's when motherfuckers be like, whoa, why you cornering me? Why are you asking all these fucking... If you're that fucking wise, why can't you have these conversations? What is your theory based on? You know?
I found out you don't know what the fuck you talking about. You know what I'm saying? I do that to people. Like you say, your friend, I do that too. All right, I'm listening. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to do it now. You know, all that shit. Like, man, you ain't know what the fuck you was talking about. You had an opinion. Say, in my opinion. Then I can accept that shit.
Don't quote me.
Don't bring it to me like it's fact. And then when I say, well, where'd you get that from? And you like you say, J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, bro.
It's like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, not saying that knowledge ain't wrong, but you need knowledge from different angles, from
go
not,
get it
not
for
just
yourself.
that, and then what I regurgitate from what I took in. You know,
go seek out the knowledge for yourself. Because you could be telling somebody something, it could be completely bullshit. Like you say, you repeating it, and they like, bro, that's bullshit. And 3-4 people prove it wrong, and now you standing there like,
feeling attacked. Now you want to kill people. Like you all in your chest because you were wrong. You know, and in itself, that it's a character flaw. Because if you can't take criticism, you can't take debate, you can't take conversation and step away from it. You know, obviously you can have heated conversations. You can get at each other's throat. You know, but if you are amongst those people, like they say, keep the company, you know, that elevates you. That's in your space. And if you see motherfuckers fall off and they don't come back, it's either because they are gonna come back and you're gonna have a fire ass conversation, you gotta revisit something, and maybe you'll learn something. Or that motherfucker's coming back and he's gonna fucking fuck with you because you hurt his ego, you hurt his you put him off his swivel, you know. And that's the worst thing you can do to somebody is knock them off their fucking swivel. because now you're the enemy.
Right. You know how many times I've been threatened? You know what I'm saying? Just for that, like on Facebook, I've been threatened. I had a guy told me, because you know I be saying wild shit sometimes. I like to start a
I love your stories, bro.
Some of the shit just be wild. So I said, listen, I don't want to offend anyone. Let me start off. I have no issues with anybody. I was just fucking around. And it's really, even though I was fucking around, I do kind of, maybe the words aren't right, what I'm saying, but you know, once upon a time, people understood what I was saying. But anyways, I said, if you sleep, if a dude sleep naked, you know, that's kind of gay to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, not like you was with your woman and y'all was having relations and you fell asleep. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like you come in from hard day work and take off all, you know, strip naked.
It's like the motherfuckers that get naked and take a shit.
Right, and get in the
like
bed.
That, I don't understand that shit.
Right, so a young guy commented, he was one that wanted to fight after, you know, but he told me something I still ain't been able to figure out. He told me I was afraid of my own sexuality. I don't even know what the fuck that means. I told him, I
guess the concept behind that comment would be that you're closet gay in a way, or you have closet homosexual tendencies that you do not address or acknowledge for the sake of keeping, you know, who you are perceived as.
Like
because you don't want to sleep naked.
Right. Hey, listen, right. Like I'm gonna see myself and all of a sudden, whoa, I want a man now. You know what I'm saying? Like we was right. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck, bro? I'm like, bro, I'm like 40-something years old. I'm you know, that ship done paid. You know what I mean?
You seem to be the type of person that if you did want to go that way, you would be okay with it because that's a choice that you made.
Right. You know I ain't hiding shit. You can't hide shit like that, man. You cannot. People fall all the time and torture themselves. You got people killing themselves because they feel like they can't come out and be them, especially in the black community or even in the Latin community. You come out gay, it's like, oh no, hell no. You know what I'm saying? But if you like, shit, it is what it is, bro. You know, I don't like you or nothing. You ain't got to worry about me trying to jump on you, but
I ain't trying to fuck you.
Me,
so what the fuck?
I'm still me, but this what I do, bro. I'm not hiding that shit. That's gonna kill me trying to keep that. You know what I'm saying?
And in the same respect, like, you know, if you are somebody that doesn't align with that or is not something like, there's people out there that, no, that shit's gay. I want nothing to do with that.
Right.
At all.
Right.
You know, and just how they have to have a level of tolerance, you have to have a level of tolerance for that, because it's not your right to tell somebody how to be.
Right.
You know, you're right if you want to.
Hey, I know a woman like that. It's crazy. She like girls, but she can't stand a gay man. You hear me? Don't come around her with that. Don't be no man around her acting like no woman. No, none of she ain't going.
You know, I ain't gonna lie. I don't have nothing against nobody, but I feel like me, just speaking for me, I feel people are more tolerant of gay women than guys. You know what I'm saying? Especially another guy too. It's like just the, you know, thought of that sick. But I saw a girl made a post yesterday that said, I don't know why people think a threesome is two dudes and a girl. And I agree with that too. I told dudes like, bro, that's not a threesome, bro.
That's a scenario.
Right.
That's something you walk in and like, damn.
Right. That
fuck it.
We don't plan. Right. We don't plan that. That's not the sexy thing. If you a guy, you supposed to be suggesting another girl, not another guy. And I also asked, what happened if you got your girl for a threesome? She like cool, and then she bring in a stud.
then that's a hill you have to cross.
Right. Would you still get down? How many of y'all watching would still get down? You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it, it's a girl too. But the stud, like, nah, I only want to wear the strap.
You look at the stud and be like, I'll tag you in when I go.
Right.
No, the contract does not say some assembly required.
Right. Hey, go wait in the living room till I'm done.
Hey, Gio, that's where you tell the stud I'm gonna tag you when I'm in.
Right.
Wait by the rope.
Right.
Reach like Hulk Hogan.
We can't be in here together. I would never be able to explain this if somebody walked in, you know, or found out about it.
Nah, my mom has a spare key. Oh shit! I'm too many people's point of contact for emergencies. I can't.
Gio, that's not a threesome.
Oh shit!
What is that? You know, like that time I found the dildo in the bitch purse. Like, hey, where the hell you? I ain't never came across no shit like this. Where that happened at? Where they got dildo? That single-handedly stopped me from going through purses. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I don't want to find no more dildos.
This don't even look like me.
Right. Right. You pull a dick out. I'm looking for. I don't know. I'm looking for rubbers and shit. I pull a whole dick out. Wait a minute. What the fuck is this? Where'd this dick come from? Whose dick is this? What you doing with this dick in your purse?
Then her girlfriend call you like, I left something in Sheila's purse.
Right. Who carries a dick in their purse? Here's my lipstick, eyeliner, dick. You know what I'm saying? The fuck
When you left out the house today, where was you going planning on using that?
Fucking morning traffic.
Listen. I had also
Starbucks drive-through.
I was like, if a woman, you know how if a woman is married to a stud, like before she go out, she could actually take her dick. You know, I wish they could take their man
Leave
dick.
it on the dresser.
Leave your dick. You don't need that. Give it here. Give it here.
But
you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Got
Gotti
the
do the
custom.
studs got a backup.
That's why I say they
dick
got to have
in
a
the car
backup
like,
dick.
like a dude got a backup cell phone.
Right. Or they got to call one of the folks. Hey, I need to borrow your dick. You know what I'm saying? My girl got mine. I'm gonna need your dick tonight. I'll wash it off. You know what I'm saying?
They pass around the
Motherfucking customizable.
Like, fam, I done seen all y'all with that book bag.
I meant to tell L. I found out JanSport book bags is some racist shit.
Is it?
Yeah, we just found that out because somebody mentioned. L was telling me something. Somebody was saying about
With
a JanSport book bag.
With the clear book bags?
No, it was just a JanSport.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I said, that's interesting because I was just watching a movie where the black dude said he had a bunch of rubbers in his JanSport book bag. And then last night, I seen something else. What was it? Something more, but it's associated with black dudes. I did not know that.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, dog, they got racism just coming from everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
I think the story with book bags that I heard was that some schools force people, like mainly in California, if you were Hispanic or if you were black, you had to wear or use a mesh clear book bag to ensure that you don't bring contraband.
You know what's always been funny to me about that, and it's blatant, it's right in our face, is how all the inner city schools and the schools of color got all the metal detectors and all the shootings happen in the suburbs. You know what I'm saying? That's where all the shooting started happening.
Exactly.
Ain't none happened down here. You know what I'm saying?
Oxymoron.
Right. It's like, hey, and then they're like, what are we gonna do? Hey, take them metal detectors and put them over there. These motherfuckers ain't even going to school.
Like,
you know
we know they have guns, but they need them for after school.
Right. We got enough respect for that. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like after school, bro. After school, I'm gonna shoot your ass. You know what I'm saying?
15.
Hey, after math. You know what I'm saying? But that's where all the shootings been. Motherfuckers have been able to come in schools with assault rifles.
Yeah.
How the fuck does that happen?
Right.
You can't get in no school in the inner city with a goddamn assault rifle.
Exactly.
The first thing you hit is the metal.
Yep.
Everything out.
And it's
You
always
barely can get into school for homeroom.
Right.
And it's always in cul-de-sac areas where, because you have kids that are like my niece, she stays up in in Green Bay area, up closer. What the fuck is it called?
Brown
Up how like pretty much closer to the UP.
Okay.
I forget what the county is called, but they have a class like gym class where they teach these kids how to shoot, how to properly assemble, disassemble for hunting purposes.
Right.
Bow and arrow, survival skills.
Right.
They teach them actual shit like this. You rarely hear of mass shootings in areas like that. Mm-hmm. You hear about mass shootings where it's beautiful, big houses, big yards, big families, nice cars, all that shit.
Right.
But it's cul-de-sac living. It's like, okay, well now we're Miss Goody, the Joneses, who everybody's trying to keep up with.
Right.
But they don't have that knowledge. They just have the access.
Right.
And that's where you hear where little Timmy goes and fucking blasts everybody because he got second place in the soccer tournament.
Right.
Mom made me clean my room and she didn't make stovetop.
Exactly.
Everybody dies.
Right.
She bought all these brand shells and cheese.
And they got too much access, just like the little Cal Rittenhouse.
Mm-hmm.
He was able to get a gun. He was able to come to another state and get a gun. Do you see how easy that shit is?
Yeah.
But the only thing you hear about when it comes to easy access to guns is minorities.
Mm-hmm.
But who has the easiest, as a minority, who has the easiest access to guns? Yeah. Speaking as a minority, I'm asking you, who has the easiest access to guns?
Shit. Fucking white people.
Man,
that's where we used to get them from.
Look, Kyle proved it.
Yeah.
He had a gun like that. What they say, he went to the Walmart or some fucking where?
Probably like a Gander Mountain.
Yeah, they had the store. His guy went to the store, bought the gun. Man, they had the gun like that.
Yeah.
Like that.
What happened to the waiting period?
Man, like that. That man had a gun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He left his. I can get another one over there.
Yeah.
And speaking
and did it. No problem.
Speaking to him too, Gotti, you got parents in our community going to jail and getting tickets because they kids late for school, truancy and all that. Mm-hmm. But this woman done brung her son over here to kill some people.
Yeah. It's fucking it's a crazy world we live in.
Right. But it's like I say, they got the access. They they have too much access to guns. Listen, like we said earlier on the show, where you think we getting them guns from? You can't be that stupid. You can't close off that much. You know what I'm saying? You keep hearing felon with a weapon, felon with a weapon, felon with a weapon. Where the fuck are they getting these weapons from? They can't go in the store and buy them.
They can't.
You know what I mean? So where they getting them from? From the street.
Yeah. From little Devin that stole Daddy's gun and came into the city to buy some fucking.
Back in the day, we used to go to motherfucker's house, see who all had guns, come back and get them. Yeah. Sometimes, like you said, the kid would even be in on it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He just wanted some money.
Yeah.
Give him some money.
Or some more of that good weed you guys gave me last time.
Or the girls, too.
Yeah, they set it up real quick.
They'll set it up real quick. Yeah. I've had partners that be like, we went to my girl and fucking went to her parents' house. And next thing you know, parents ain't got shit in the house.
Right.
Like, oh, well, shit.
And they was fully in on it. You know what I mean?
And then they played the victim afterwards. Like, oh, my God, I can't. Like, no, you gave him a spare key.
Right.
Like, you gave him the security code. Like it's like
I got a homeboy did that, man. And he was so stupid. You know, they out in the big house and he seen a little too much because he was messing with the daughter. You know what I'm saying? So he seen a little too much, came back to the hood, and you know what I'm saying? Eventually, first people didn't listen, then eventually motherfuckers went and jumped on it. Yeah. And so shit happened. This motherfucker, he was literally the first motherfucker that they came to. Like, dude, we ain't got robbed until you start coming out to this motherfucker, man. It's pretty obvious you had something, but they try to make it look like somebody broke in. Ain't nobody broke in here and just took. They made it look like a robbery. Took a TV and this that. But if you got a big ass safe in your house and you come home and your house done been broke into, and your TV gone, your shaver, you know what I'm saying, your can opener, and your safe.
Yeah.
You know they came for the safe. You know what I'm saying? They ain't came for this other shit.
Yeah.
They ain't say, let's break in his house and hope he got something. You know what I mean? People don't do that.
People aren't stupid
Right.
either. You know, that's
Hey,
the one
Roxy.
thing. People think that people are genuinely stupid.
Yeah.
And for the most part, some people are,
Some
but
people are.
not all the time.
Because a lot of times they won't suspect nobody close to them. Because, you know, they don't want to hear that. You come in and you telling us how your house got burglarized and this, that. And I say, man, Gio, that was somebody you knew.
Yeah.
But you got people who refuse to think that they know people like that. And I'm like, listen, let me tell you something. You can't, let's say you got a friend that do shit. You know what I'm saying? He scam people. He all around scumbag. So you watch this man do this shit, right? And I'm like, don't think you can watch him do this shit and he'll never do it to you.
Oh, yeah.
You are the perfect person to do it to because you don't expect it. You know what I'm
And he's
saying?
trained you.
Think it won't happen, right?
Yeah.
You thinking that won't be you. And so when your house get broke into and I say, man, that was somebody you know. Man, that was Ronald. Man, that wasn't Ronald. Like, that was Ronald, bro.
Like, look at the screen. He's right there.
Right. That's Ronald, bro. Look at your shoes. Them the same ones he had on tonight, bro.
Those are the ones you gave him.
Right. Straight up. Because it's always somebody, man, people just don't break in people's houses without thinking there's something in there worth taking.
Worth taking.
You could break into a house and it could be a dope house and 5 dudes sitting there with AKs. You know, just so the humbug, you know, broke into the house.
The wrong
you know what I'm
house.
saying? One time I did some stupid shit like that. One time, y'all. One time, and I admit it was some loser stupid shit. I used to drink a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I'm drunk, me and my cousin drunk. We walking past, we see an open window.
Yeah.
We in there, right? Ain't nothing in there.
Yeah.
It's like maybe a model home or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Where it's like
cardboard TV.
and then so we leave out. Maybe 2 days later, another one of my homeboys, he always tune in. He said they had just moved into this house and shit, right? It was the same house that we was in. And I was just like, man, I'm never doing no shit like that again. Plus, people will kill you breaking in their house. You know what I'm saying? They go out the right.
People.
Yeah, right. I'm one of those people too. See, you grow up and you know what I mean? But I never participated. I never stole cars. I never did none of that type of shit. I was more in your face, you know, like you could pass some money right here and you can leave out the room. Go on, stay. You gonna come back, the money's still there. And I'm gonna say, hey, give me that money. You know what I'm saying? I could have stole it, but a thief is low. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that being said about me. Man, he stole my money and all. No, I put a gun in his face and I took it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I
did it with honor.
Right, yeah.
Dignity.
Right, exactly. Yeah, there's honor in that. I didn't sneak it away, and, you know,
You
and
knew.
then say, I don't know what happened to it.
You agreed to it. 'Cause if you really had a problem, you would have done something about it.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? We got Roxy in here, y'all. We gotta get Roxy.
Yes,
Chance
Roxy.
to talk.
Zaire, if you want to turn the camera, because
Yeah.
it's on OG, camera 4. So if you want to talk, or if you just want to talk into the mic, that's fine as well.
Slide in a second. I gotta go meet
Oh, okay.
somebody at the store.
Cool.
Well, I get what you guys are saying because like they even said it like even it doesn't matter where you live. Don't leave like boxes from like Christmas outside. Like you got a new TV or tax season or whatever, you know. Don't leave your new TV box. Don't leave your computer box, and you know. And it's true. You gotta. And I didn't exactly hear everything, but you gotta be careful who you invite in your house because it is your friend.
And
It
you
is
gotta
your
be
family. I hate
careful
to
with
say
the
that.
motherfucker that always has an empty box outside of his, because he's probably baiting you.
Yep.
He's probably make sure that there's a nice fresh. So if anybody does want to, I wish a motherfucker would.
Right, yeah.
I wish a motherfucker
got
would.
somebody,
You
yeah.
have people.
Yeah.
Shit. You got a whole series of fucking Charles Bronson movies based on him
Right.
setting up booby traps just to
Right.
fuck people up.
Right, straight up. Right, yeah, and like you say, you can't leave the box. That's funny when you mention that, because my wife didn't know that, and because we live in a fairly decent neighborhood, so Christmas comes, I look out, it's all kind of boxes. I'm like, are you crazy? You know what I'm saying?
You know what day the collection is.
Right. They don't go till then. Or you drive them. I didn't even drove stuff and dumped it somewhere else. I don't want this nowhere near me. I don't want nobody trying to break into my home because I know if I'm there, what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We might have to move because there's new ghosts in the house.
Right, it's a ghost of a scumbag floating around here. We got to get him up out of here. Now look, they still going on with the Derek Chauvin trial.
Okay,
and so they just had an expert that said lack of oxygen killed George Floyd, not drugs or a bad heart.
Man, why the fuck do we need to pay a specialist to tell us what we already fucking know?
Right,
and how is it that put a regular man on trial for a lesser crime and they'll fucking this trial would have been done in 48 hours.
Yep.
And they would be like, "Oh, I can't believe it went that long."
Right.
This shit. We're going into finishing up week 1.
Yeah.
It's like we're going into a week. This is probably going to be a 2-3 week trial.
Again, I say if he listening, just spare everybody and kill yourself.
Right. Talk about the Clinton Foundation. They'll help you.
Right.
They'll help you suicide yourself.
To me, it's like all the we just watching a bunch of bullshit. It's a circus because it's like I said earlier, if you high on heroin and I shoot you, just like did the heroin kill you or the bullet? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We watched this video. It's not like we heard.
Right.
No.
We didn't hear this happen and we wasn't there and we don't know all no. We watched this shit.
We watched it on Facebook Live and then we rewatched it as every single news outlet showed it for the first day.
Right. And I still question where they found 12 motherfuckers that didn't know nothing about the case.
Right?
I seriously question that, man. I mean, this was all over the world. The world.
It activated the country.
They better came from that little rainforest with the Catholic schools. That the people that be in your inbox harassing you on Facebook.
Right. Hey, I think what they have is 12 liars.
Yeah.
Straight up. They got 12 liars up there.
Gio, that's Patutu in the rainforest.
Hey, my son is
Mr.
8.
Loincloth.
My son is 8 and he was talking about it. So where did you find some adults?
Right.
Adults.
Non-biased at that. Non-biased adults.
I don't think there's
such thing. And we know, right. And we know how this jury selection goes. Everybody wants the best juror for them. For their side. Right. We want guys that don't like blacks. You know what I'm saying? The defense, they don't want a guy that's like, I love blacks. Next. You know what I'm saying? We don't want him in here. We want the guy that comes in with the flag on his hat, his trucker hat. You know what I'm saying? We want that guy. You know what I mean?
We won't even build Ford Tough.
Right. Right. We don't want anybody that's going to come in here sympathizing. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You got a job to do.
Right. Exactly. And they do.
They're scumbags.
Right.
Like, I honestly, like, anybody that can defend that, either you're tied into it and you have no fucking choice, but even then, regardless, you have a choice.
Right.
You know, you do something else for a living. You know.
Yeah.
But still, you're a fucking scumbag to be able to fucking defend somebody that, you know, brutally, because that's the most brutal way you can kill somebody. Fucking asphyxiating them.
I know, man. I know.
You know, literally taking the breath of life out of their body. You know, like that is a different type of evil.
Right.
Different type of you know, being
when
able to
choking somebody to death, you're trying to kill them for real.
Yeah. And to have a look of satisfaction on your face the entire time. Right. You know,
like, this was good policing.
Right.
No, motherfucker.
Right. I did my job. You heard the man. I mean, like, I'm trying not to revisit because it made me cringe when you had your comment because it just really, the impact. of it. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like, wow, like I relived it, watching it. Like, man, it was just terrible, man, to watch.
I'm gonna tell you guys, I have not seen it because I was reading about it and then I heard the audio and that made me cry. I was like, you know what? I don't want to see it.
Right? Yeah,
I don't want to see that. If I, and I probably should. You know what? I really should because I will get the full scope, but it broke my heart so bad just to hear it that I was like, look, maybe for my own sanity, I don't need to watch this. Yeah. So, I did not see it.
When I watched it, I am not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. I was highly emotional.
Yeah.
It was like, I couldn't even control. Like, I feel like if I was there, I probably would have got shot. Right. Or some shit because it was just I'm screaming, get off his neck. Right. I'm just screaming.
Well, then you got people like who was it, Cher, that she got in trouble this past week because she said, well, if I would have been there, it wouldn't have happened.
Right.
And it's like, maybe,
right,
maybe because it's Cher. It's like
right,
maybe, but. Still,
but we ain't gonna do the if I was shit. We ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying?
You're probably in Naples somewhere,
right?
Doing some fucking weekend bar mitzvah concert or something.
Man, I don't watch folks die before in real life. You know what I mean? Like right there, and ain't none of them felt like that, man.
Right.
That was like watching a kitten die. Like
that
was a sad ass death.
Yeah, it was sad. It was terrible, man. Like I say, and the way people reacted, you knew it. People was just like, I can't believe this shit happened in front of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe, and I said this, and people didn't like it, but I said, I believe if it was like a group of whites, they might have been able to stop it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Being black, there's that fear of the cops and white people. You know what I'm saying? Combined, that's like, I'm like, that was too much, though.
Yeah.
That was too much. That was too much. That was too much. That was too much.
It's, I don't know, man. And it's,
I ain't got enough sense to be scared of nobody that much.
Right. Did you hear the Milwaukee public schools getting $800 million in relief aid?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That means Larry's getting a fucking bonus.
Right.
Larry, hurry up and get your surgery so you can get that bonus.
Right.
Larry, that's how you had that situation, man. You opened that letter and seen them zeros.
Right.
Like, oh shit.
Man,
This is $800 million in COVID relief. They said it equates to about $11,000 per student.
Wow.
$11,000 per student.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
yeah, still ain't gonna get
hell no. The pools are still gonna be closed.
Where that man? But you know what? Gotta make them and show us where this money going this time for real.
Man, the trolley.
We need for people to attend these schools.
Yeah.
Do you know it's this generation? But I never knew, like growing up, I never heard of a school closing.
Right.
Until I got older, they started closing. I'm like, schools close? Like, no, because our parents made sure we was in them motherfuckers. I see my dad didn't. This was his saying, you got to go somewhere. But because I couldn't stay there. You know what I'm saying? So they might as well go to school.
That's
you know
funny
what I'm saying?
That's the same shit I used to tell my kids.
Right.
When he was like, hey, I don't want to go to. All right, get the fuck out of here then.
Right.
Like, you ain't my problem from 8 to 3:30.
Right, straight up, right. You got to go somewhere.
Don't come home high, don't come home drunk.
Right.
Respect your mother. If you are fucked up, go straight to your room.
Right.
Straight
up.
Just, you're not here.
Right.
If you're grown enough to make those type of choices and you're not going to listen, then just don't do it here.
Yep.
Yeah,
get your ass up out of here. But now they what they do is they got the sympathy. They remember when they didn't want to go to school, and so the baby is able to say, "My stomach hurt. I'll go lay down."
Yeah.
Half the time they don't want to get up and get them ready and shit anyway. You know what I'm saying? So they like, it's just easier to let that motherfucker lay there. And so nobody's attending these schools. We got to keep it fair. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even going. So I'm like, what they talk? Remember they were saying Scott Walker and all this. I'm like, man, if these motherfuckers was attending the school, they wouldn't be able to close them.
Yeah.
Right.
That's common sense.
Even if they weren't teaching,
Right.
Even if they were
Right.
the shittiest fucking teachers,
Yep.
as long as kids were showing up into these
Yep.
seats and fucking flunking every single test,
Right.
they'll still get a check,
Right.
So
They'll
there's
still
still a
get some
reason
money.
for it to be open,
Right.
But now we have this beautiful historic building. You know, with
Right.
fucking gargoyles in the front,
Right.
fucking beautiful. Hey, oh shit! Well, this neighborhood they shit. How about
Right.
I buy it for $25,000 and I'm gonna put $2.5 million into it, raise it up 3 stories, and now we have a fucking luxury hotel.
Right.
Matter of fact,
Right.
let me buy up these next 10 blocks around the school, and we'll build on those too.
Right.
And
You know, and
they crazy.
Gentrification.
Like they be holding, because they got them schools, all the power still on, electricity running, everything, because they can't let the pipes bust.
they can.
So it's still a bill on the city. You got all these pop up, like when they had the choice schools and all that. And you notice they keep building new schools instead of using the existing ones.
Right.
That's because MPS will not sell you their school to be their competitor.
They want a
Right.
sublease.
You know what I mean?
If
They
you
not
really
gonna-
want it, you can lease it.
No,
Right.
like if you finna
Yeah.
be not in their system,
Yeah.
they ain't giving it to you.
Because you got the schools like Washington, it's like 2 or 3 schools
Yeah.
inside there.
And it's gotta all
When it
be
used to
within
be
their
one
district.
school.
Oh,
You know what
Like
I'm
if you gonna
saying?
have a private school,
Yeah.
you
You-
taking students away from them, so they not finna sell you their building.
Right. I remember the one guy had the building out there. They making them into jails.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to be.
Oh, wow.
They converting them and making them into juvenile facilities. Didn't they just do that out on Tatonia?
They talked about it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they finalized it yet. They're
Right.
using it for training though for the police right now.
Right. That's the one school building at the and it's further out. 414 by the DMV and all that.
Yeah.
It's, they trying to make that the juvenile facility if it ain't done already. And they trying to put juvenile facilities in the city. They just want to be able to walk them right over there. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
ridiculous. I think, this community, our community, our city really needs, intervention for homelessness and,
Yeah, that
drug
too.
problems, drug addiction, and, even just mental health. I know something did just come through the pipe for Wisconsin, for Milwaukee especially, but they should just turn them into those types of things, so that it would help the community. That's why I think it's crazy that what was it? Is our state one of the states around us, or it might be our state? Don't correct me if I'm wrong. Is one of the what is it called? We're number 1 with jails or something like that. The population of the jail or something crazy. I remember us talking about
The
it.
most incarcerated.
Yeah.
53206, the area code.
How crazy
Most
is that?
incarcerated people.
How
Right.
crazy. Instead of helping people, with different kind of programs and things like that, hey, I'll wear a mask and sit next to Joe Schmo and whoever, and let's learn something so I could keep going with my education, put the adults
They
and people
make
back
more.
into school to
Do
help
they
them.
still have the options,
They
or
make
is that
more money.
just a special thing where they have programs while they're in jail?
No,
Is
it
that something of the
depends.
past, or is that for people that are in for a long time? Or
They got programs in there, but man, it's
What pro? They got AOD,
That's what I'm
DA,
saying,
and shit
stuff
like
like
that.
that.
But it's
like
not
basic,
continuing.
but it's not
Right.
continue. Okay,
Yeah.
you didn't get your high school diploma, but now
most
you
of
can get-
that stuff be volunteers.
Oh no, you
from
can't.
church coming
Now see,
in.
hold on. It's some confusion. No, you can't go to school and be shit. They took all thanks to Kamala Harris. You know what I'm saying? You can't go to further your education
Yeah.
or none of that type of shit. And then the programs they got is treatment programs for you.
programs,
You know what I'm saying?
Not education.
So they ain't no educational. You
so
ain't
they
can't-
won't teach you a trade. They
Nope.
won't.
Nope.
Wow.
Nope. Kamala Harris. They did away with all that
Mm-hmm.
shit. The 94 crime bill, they did away with all of that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you
See,
can
and
you
that-
just sitting in jail.
And that pushes into other topics that are
Get your GED.
taboo. Is okay, but yet you can go to jail for murder and be in there for 15 years, and you decide you want to go through a sex change, and they'll pay for that.
And they'll pay for it.
Not necessarily that having a sex change is anything wrong.
Right.
There's
right.
nothing wrong with if
Right.
that's the way you choose to lead your life, then by all means.
Yes,
Right.
But
medical.
for somebody to be in jail and be like, man, I really want to change my life, and when I get out of here, I want to have a trade. I want to do this, or I was wrongfully convicted. Now I want to do this.
Right.
You know, and for the system to be like, nah, fuck that.
Right.
But
No
for somebody
hope.
else to be like, yeah, you know, I murdered people. I'm going to be here for a while. I really want to see what I would look like as a chick.
Right.
And then for them to be like, okay.
Right.
Here you go.
They-
You know,
sure.
that's just-
They have to
I'm sure it's,
continue.
it's
sure
more
it's
complicated
not a one
than that.
day to the
Yeah,
next.
yeah.
I want to see what I look like a woman.
Yeah.
Please,
But
there's
I
too
get-
many
I get
trans
that
folks
there's
for
no-
that.
But listen.
But-
one thing they do have to do, excuse me, they have to if that person is on any hormones and all of that, they have to continue that when they go to jail.
Yeah.
'Cause it's
you know what I'm
medication.
saying? But and that still ties into that. But I can't I can't further my education. I can't learn a trade unless I work for one of the companies come in there and they give out jobs and they'll pay me 50 cents an hour to do something
go
that they
pick
would
the
normally
field
pay somebody $20 an hour to do. You know what I'm saying? And so I could do that shit and maybe learn some shit. But there's nothing set up specifically like for if you want to be a welder, where you could go and take welding, or you want to whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing set up, and that's stupid.
And I would think that would be primary.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
And even if it's an old facility, okay, this facility's been open for 80 years, so it's been running like this for 80 years.
Right.
But there's a new fucking facility coming on or being built every single year. Why not force or make that these new facilities have to implement this? And let's close those old facilities and build new ones with the new rules and new. But it's like,
Because crime fuels the economy.
but that in itself still fuels the economy.
Yeah, that
if you're
too.
gonna build a new fucking prison, you're still building the economy. You're still making money because the country's gonna give you the money to tear down this old piece of shit and build a new one.
And then that's when all the systemic racism and all that shit comes into
Yep.
play, because they still trying to keep people down. You know what I'm saying? Because think of how many black men been locked up since '94. Imagine
Unsweetened.
imagine only 30% of them getting out with college degrees. Think how that would have fueled the fucking economy. You know what I'm saying? But no, we want them to get out with no hope. Now they're a felon, so it's hard to get hired. It's like if you go to prison, you fucked. Because nobody lets you forget about that. You know what I mean? You can find people, but for the most part, you got to go into business for yourself. That's what I had to do. Cause it was starting to fuck with my self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? Getting turned down all the time and rejected. Like, God damn, really? Because I'm really trying this time. My heart is in it. I stopped drinking and everything. My heart was in it, and it was just like, they ain't got nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got, all they looking at is my record, not me. Not that the fact that I want to change my life, that I'm sitting here with y'all doing what none of that, you know,
Like,
all we see is this.
Then what's the fucking point of calling it prison reform?
Right.
If there's no fucking reform and
Because-
you can't, like, I get it. I
Right.
get it. Because it's the way the fucking world works.
Right.
No, not because it's the way the world works, because that word right there get them federal funding.
The reform work. Yeah.
Right. And they act like they really doing something.
Right.
These politicians and all these bullshitters. And to me, for people to call themselves patriots and side with the government was just the dumbest shit ever to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what they do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like they saying this shit and they acting like they doing stuff. But really, they fucking shit up even more. They taking money, they stealing money, they taking trips and doing all this shit, and they ain't helping nobody. You don't see them, they like the landlord. You don't see them until they want something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then there they is. There all your leaders is right there, but it's election time. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say this, so before that I came on, and I'm more with you guys, present. I wanted to speak to a few community leaders here in Milwaukee and talk to them about getting something together, at least in Milwaukee County, starting something for people for training that have been incarcerated.
Yeah.
Because it is true. I mean, everybody deserves a second chance. You got out and like he was saying, I really did try. I tried to the point where I had to do something for myself, which isn't going to be the case for everybody.
Right.
It is not. When you're young and you make mistakes and, whatever kind of home you come from or wherever, maybe your education, everything, you're not going to get that chance.
Right.
So we need help. We need a way of, that's another thing, transportation. A lot of people, they messed up, DUIs, DWIs. One of my bestest friends, she's not in Milwaukee County, but she is a great worker. She did some stuff when she was younger and she regrets it, but she doesn't have her license. And let me tell you, this lady cannot get a job nowhere near her because everything's far away. And then, she can't drive because she don't got the license. So she's not going to be able to drive away. And, so she needs some kind of transportation that will get her even there.
Right.
So, I mean, what I think is, and it's so sad for me, is like, I did like a ride share in Ozaki County, and I would take people from their halfway house, and I would take them to work. Okay. And that was through the county. How come we don't have something here like that for the people that need that help? They can't get around. They can't drive, and the bus, I understand it's not as, you can't always rely on it, but this would actually give you the chance to get somewhere, to go to school, go to work, take care of yourself, take care of your kids, so.
They don't have any resources. It seems like they do and they don't. You know what I mean? It's you know what I mean? Because when I was dealing with the child support situation, and I was talking to a young lady because I was filing a motion and going through that, and she was telling me she was in Illinois. She said she worked in Illinois. And she was like, they got all kind of resources and money set apart for this and that. She was like, if you was in Illinois, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. This wouldn't even be like this. Like, and I'm just like, wow. Just sometimes being in the wrong fucking cities, because this city is proven to be kind of terrible for people of color. You know what I'm saying? But I think part of that is they don't say shit. They don't fight how they should. If we kind of got like that, whatever.
Like,
you know what I mean?
That it's happening.
Yes.
You can't change it.
Yes.
You can't change
right.
it.
We can't do nothing. When I was in the House of Correction, and I was fighting against the rules that they had there because they were totally bullshit. And I was fighting against it. I had people mad at me. Like, that was weird as shit to me. Because I'm like, I'm not even asking you to do nothing. Yeah. Like, I totally didn't depend on anybody to help me because I knew they wouldn't. You know what I mean? So I did it all on my own and got shit changed. You know what I mean? But they was just like, whatever. And I'm dealing with guys like, okay, you in here, you shot 3 people. You shot 4 people. You robbed 8 people. You know what I'm saying? You knocked the old lady down the stairs. But y'all won't fight for the fucking rules and shit that's going on in here. Y'all are the real pussies to me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all some cowards. Y'all are not tough. Nothing. I don't have any respect, because I'm like, when it come to a real fight,
a real issue,
you's a bitch. You know what I'm saying? When I'm telling you, hey, I do all the paperwork, I help. You know what I'm saying? So I was mainly on my own. They had these dudes. I'm gonna give you one example, and then I'm turning the mic over. But one example is they had, at a certain time, they couldn't lay on their mattresses. Okay. So they had to take their mattresses and hold them above their head and walk them down to the gym and put them down and come back and lay on the metal.
What the?
They was doing it, man. Yeah. Hardcore killers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In there laying on the fucking metal. I said, if they told y'all that y'all couldn't wear y'all pants and underwear from 2 to 7, you'd be in here naked.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Then you get to one girl, man, I'm just trying to go home.
Yeah.
So whatever.
It's like, yeah, but what would you do when you were at home?
Right.
What would get you back in here?
Sure, right.
What? Right. Because you got to be realistic.
Right.
If you can allow the system to dominate you like that. You know, once you get out and you have that freedom, you're going, like you said, you're going to want to rebel against what, you know, they were imposing on you.
Right.
Like, oh, ain't nobody going to tell me shit. I'm back out here.
Right. Yep.
And then what happens? You're right back in.
Right.
You know,
going through the same
shit.
Not compared to the potholes in the hood. This is the mentality. Now, there's a pothole. They could call, complain, get it fixed. We just go around it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just keep going around it. Now it's a fucking crater. You know what I'm saying?
It's a sinkhole.
Right, yeah.
You done lost your bumper.
Right. Little kids that fell out there and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's just keep going around it. You know what I mean? Man, I asked one person about the power. Why y'all don't get the fucking power for it? I called. How many times did you call? Once.
Yeah.
That's not going to do nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
You need to bring your alderman over there and be like, hey, I lost a kid in there practically, you know?
Right. But then, go keep it real. Get really real. But then they want to say what's going on in other neighborhoods. Them other neighborhoods, they ain't like that. You know why? Because they call and complain.
All the fucking time.
That's why. There's an old lady who called 3 times a day for 2 weeks until they came and fixed that
I had
shit.
to get my tires rotated because of the punk ass pothole.
Right. I was watching the common council meetings. The garbage man had brushed the guy's garbage can up against his car, and he said it scraped his paint. They paid for his paint job. You know what I mean?
That man
They complain.
You know,
that's why they shit look like that, because they not having it. You going around it. You know what I'm saying? We're just, you know, maybe it'll get better. Maybe they'll come out and fix it. I pray for it to get fixed. You know what I'm saying? We just go pray on it.
When they redo the budget, they'll get to us.
Right.
They'll get to us.
Before any more kids fall in, maybe we could get it fixed.
I actually kind of want a speed bump out here. These people around here, I don't even understand the
coming down here.
Yeah,
they need one like another one. You know what I'm saying? Slow them down. They come down here. I was telling Saeed,
pitcher's mound or some shit.
Right. I tell Saeed, when we come out the other day, somebody was screaming. I said, man, we forgot we in the hood. Anything could be happening around this motherfucker. At nighttime, it turned into some whole different shit over here.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable. I just have to cross the street just to get into my studio. I do not feel comfortable. I'm like, what's going on? You know, I'm sitting there clutching my pearls like an old lady, you know, because I'm freaking out. And you never know. And it's seemingly alone, but you know, more than ever, we've had these fires happening, and when it gets nicer, unfortunately, you know, there's vagrants, you know, asking for money and things like that on the corners, and you just never know when they come in or what's going to happen. You just don't know, and it could be even the people across the street could get drunk and stupid, you know, and start fighting. But it's just, it gets scarier at night, especially for a woman, especially for a woman by herself.
Right.
So.
Well, luckily we're here, Roxy, and we got your 6.
There you go.
Just holler, we'll come buck out the window.
Right, for real. You hear me screaming, man. Sure.
We don't fuck around here at 3600.
Yeah. That's one thing we want y'all to know. Yeah, we all right over here. Don't worry about it. You come over here, you safe. You all right.
Definitely.
You come roll up through here. We ain't letting nothing happen to you.
For anybody that's listening, we are at, it looks like we have quite a bit of a delay on the feedback, so we're not getting your messages on time, because
2 guys, 1 lady.
It was a train. That's right.
Like
I was laughing at that one. Right. He said, "Why those comments is off." Right? I'm like, damn, that was about 20 minutes ago. But he right. Why do we need a trial for a murder everybody's seen the man commit? Facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, dog,
this ain't the Marvel universe. Who did it or what if?
Right.
There's no what if. It's right there.
In all fairness, not for nothing, people saw Trump doing all kinds of stuff. Our president wouldn't do that. Wait, let's talk about this first.
Right. Yeah. So, the excuses they made for him, it was like even me, I'm keeping real. Me as a black dude, I'm just like, look, I don't ever expect to get anything fair in this fucking country with this thought, you know, because they like, if the president could smack a motherfucker right in the face, and they'd be like, well, they needed to be smacked. You You know what I'm saying? But I could smack a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? What if I smack Trump?
Yeah.
They want me burned. You know what I'm saying?
When he said he could walk down Fifth Avenue in New York and shoot people and get away with it, I was like, this dude.
Right. We talking about that. They cheered. Yeah. I'm like, dude is saying this, man. Look at what's happening. Look, but Farrakhan is a hate monger. This dude had people attack. The Pence them was in there. He said, go down there and get them. And they went down there and got them. They tried. People died and everything, right? So then you got a black guy run his car, kill an officer. All of a sudden it's fallen angel and this, that. Where was all that shit when they ran up in the Capitol and people died? Why come? Wasn't it 2 officers that died in that melee? Where was they fallen angel pictures and shit? Where was theirs at? Right, our heroes. Right, where was theirs at?
Yeah,
where was theirs?
They were saying that, like, you know what? Blue lives matter only when it's minorities doing something to them. It doesn't matter if it's white people.
Right. Because, you know, they would have never had, if that, like we say, and I hate to say that, but it's a fact that if that was a group of blacks doing that, that shit would have went a whole different way.
Oh, yeah.
We would have seen multiple murders on TV. We'd have seen people get blasted, water cannoned, pepper spray, rubber bullet, all that shit.
You would not even, as a black person, Latino, be able to hit the curb right there. Right. You'd have been way
suspicious out the gate because of your hue. You suspicious already. What is this guy doing? What is he doing? What is it? That's why they said,
you better be delivering something.
Right.
Other than that,
he's
no
need. The plumber or something.
Right, exactly. You better be working or some shit. You just don't be no rando. No. You might be get ran through then. We got to run your name now. What I do? Look where you at. Yeah. And look at you. Look there. Here's a mirror. Look at you.
You have a 2004 Hyundai. What the fuck you doing here?
Right. And I think some of the shit, man, they be making up, man. It'd be hard for me to believe some of the shit that, like with the, we talked about on our show with the Asian hate stuff. And I was like, before, a couple weeks ago when it first broke, I said, now see, there's no real face on it. You know what I'm saying? They're just saying people are attacking Asians, but we haven't seen any of these attacks. We hadn't seen anybody.
George Floyd.
And then the black guy in New York. Then they had a face. Now it's blacks against Asians. You see how they did that? That could have been a random thing because I've never known. Now, I don't know every black person. I will admit that. But I know quite a few. And none of them have any problems with Asians. Yeah, we talked about that on the show. We don't really even see them. When you go to jail and you see an Asian dude, you like, fuck you doing here?
Right,
you know, but then he be gone that fast. It was like he disappeared and shit. He was gone that fast. You seen him and you look back and he was gone. You know what I'm saying? So nobody fucks with them like that, man. I've never. Think how long, I don't know how long y'all lived in Milwaukee, but I've been here a while and I've never heard anybody against the Asians. I've never heard, even I used to gangbang. We've never gangbanged on Asian gangs. We've never, what the fuck?
And if you do, it's probably because it's a conflict of business.
Yep.
Either they're pushing the same shit you're pushing, or they're moving the same, blocks that you are, like that, and that's anybody.
Right.
That's exactly. That can be an Italian, that can be a Mexican, that can be a mix, that can be a this, that can be a that. If somebody's in your pocket, then you address it accordingly. But for something like that, I agree as well. A lot of the Milwaukee Asian culture, if they were on the South Side growing up with us, they took on the Hispanic culture, where they would date the Mexican soccer players and this and that, and they would be more in that.
Right.
But if you go to the north side, they assimilate to the black culture.
Right.
So, they listen to the music, they dress the part, they want to be around, like that. Like that, like I was saying on the south side, they would break dance, they would, be in that culture.
Right.
So for it to be predominantly that big of an issue,
right.
Like you said, they pinpoint specific things to take the attention out of what the real issue is.
Right. That's what they're doing.
I watched a report this morning. There was this gold medalist taekwondo Asian man at the park doing stretches, doing his morning routine, whatever his practice, and some fucking guy just walks up, hey, oh fuck you fucking Asian, why the fuck are you doing this shit outside? You just fucking start spewing his bullshit.
Right.
It's like, do you know this motherfucking man can gold medal your shit off your fucking shoulder?
Right.
It's like,
Wow.
It's like, and I think, like you said, with the same thing in the jail system, is like people are so easy to not act when given the chance to act.
Right.
But it's like those videos, those viral videos where you have the dogs on a fucking gate and they're rah, 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 and the gate's moving.
Right.
And now they have access to what, and then what
Sure,
do we do now?
Right.
We have a lot of that.
Right.
We have a lot of that where when put it in the situation where you can be the hero or you can make difference. Sad to say, about 7 to 8% 8 out of 10 people aren't gonna do shit.
Right. Sure.
They're
right.
scared.
Right.
And that's even things that we address, because we say if we were in this scenario, we would do something, but not until you're in that scenario do you know the character that you're built out of.
Exactly.
Because you have to be in those scenarios, or you have to have the know-how,
Exactly.
or be around people that because I know my guys, Marine vets, they've been heroes, they've lived that life.
Right.
So I know that my probability of being in a situation and doing something about it is highly possible.
Right.
But at the same time, what is that situation?
Right.
You
You don't know. You can't
don't
jump
know.
into
You can't.
everything. And it's just, I tell people, I can tell like some of the fakeness in people and stuff, because if you ask me, I can ask people what you would do if somebody pulls a gun on you. And they actually have an answer. Where the first thing I'm like, you asked me that, right?
Swipe right, move to the left.
Right. I'm gonna do a backflip and pull out my two Uzis. You know what I'm saying?
Then I left at home because I don't want to carry them.
Right.
I got sweatpants on.
Right. But when you ask me that question, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I don't know the scenario. Is he close to me? Is he far? What the fuck is going on? I need to know what's happening. I don't know what I would do. I would like to think I would.
I would like for them to give me the option to think of what I would do.
Right, yeah.
'Cause you
Let me
run
be
into
the hero.
scenarios where you're like, oh shit, it's over.
Right.